Hey, good morning, right, or good afternoon, whatever it is. Okay, so I'm back again with a bit more guitar playing, but actually I'm going to show you some equipment here. So, if you can see behind me there, is under that folder and behind that skeleton picture there, that's a Fender Rumble 200 bass amp. Actually, it's really good. It's latest model. It's great. There's none of this messing about with all these digital bits and pieces. Like the code amps and all that sort of stuff, which I think are crap. I've owned them. Okay, and I run that into it, that setup there, which is a Boss me70 floor pedal thingamajig, guitar multi effects, and a freeze pedal. The freeze pedal is that cool bit of kit there, right? I'll show you that in a sec. Okay, well, I'll demo it. I'll show you what it does. I'm sure you've already sort of seen it online, whatever. But look, I'm going direct into the Spark Positive Grid Spark 40 there. Okay, so I'm direct into it from my Ibanez. That's a pretty cool beast. Wife bought it for me a while ago, anniversary present. I've had all guitars, I've owned them, okay, and the ones I've kept are the ones the wife bought me over the years. And this, look at that, how cool is that? Except for that, it's a Cort. I didn't pay a lot of money for it. I didn't even argue with the bloke on the price. I think I gave him 150 quid. It's great. I've got to put a set of Spurzl machine heads on it, to be honest. I've got Spurzls on all my stuff. Actually, I put an inline set of Fender locking machine heads on the Ibanez, to be honest with you. There they are. Just because they look better. But normally I use Spurzls. All my stuff's got Spurzls, even my Fenders. My other Ibanez guitars, they're nuts. My luthier Stuart Monks, he got me onto them. First of all, many years ago, guitar he built for me. Right, so look, the Positive Grid. When I first got it, I thought it was great, you know. And then within an hour, I realised what a load of old pants it was. Okay. For me, the sound is just thin. Yeah, I mean, look, I've got it on. I've got all the. Let me show you what I'm using here. That's that. I use it. It's just a tab. Galaxy Tab something or the other, Tab A, something like that, and that's got all the effects and stuff on it. Sorry, you can probably hear my parrot in the background. Now I'll just switch that over to So, if you're just messing about and practicing, or you're kind of taking it around somewhere with you, then maybe it's okay, but to be honest with you, it was just a waste of money. I just think, I don't know why I've kept it. I did try, I went from I used a 3.5 plug on a wire into my Fender. To try to beef the sound up, but it was still just thin. The sound coming out of the Positive Grid, just, you know. And I believe now they're trying to actually sell you sort of patches or whatever it is that they're doing, you know, you know, maybe you've got to have an account or something. You download different amp models and stuff like that, which I guess was always their sort of business the model, if you like. Get the amps out there and then get people buying different sounds. But I don't get it, because why would you buy the sound? The sounds are there. They're all on it. All right, they're all on the thing. All they're doing is adjusting them somehow and making it look like the picture of the amp is what Jimi Hendrix used or whatever it is. But if you mess about with all the other settings, you'll get there. So don't, just my opinion, okay, that's only my opinion, you don't need to buy anything from them. And to be fair, you don't need to buy anything. You don't even need to buy the amp. I mean, I just didn't think it was any good. In fact, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch it off. I'm going to plug the lead into my me70 like that. Put the rumble on, switch that on. I just like the bottom end of the using a bass amp. I mean, look, I had a Fender lead amp, I've had Marshalls, a PVs. Although I did like the PV Bandit. I had a Bandit 112 Special. It was great, a great beast in its day, but very outdated now. I think my only regret, many years ago, I had a me70 Mark IV and it needed revalving, and I sold it for cheap, you know, because I didn't want to pay out for the valves, and it was a really heavy old thing, you know, and we were in and out of rehearsal studios and that at the time. So I got rid of it, but I wish I hadn't. And if I'm honest with you, if there was any amp I'd have over what I'm using now, it would be a Boogie. I think probably Mark V, or yeah, maybe a Mark V. That does what a Mark IV does and more. Or maybe even one of their smaller ones, like the little 25 or a 50 that they do. They're quite nice, but if you're going to spend the money, you might as well get the high-end ones, sort of thing. You know, if you're going to spend a couple of grand, why not spend a grand more? You know, but that's the problem. You know, 2 or 3 grand. I bought the Fender Rumble used, but the bloke had bought it to join a band and never joined the band, and I paid him, I gave him 200 quid for it. It was literally unmarked, new, everything. I mean, he hadn't taken it out of his house. He was sat in the corner of his front room for 6 months doing absolutely nothing. I gave him 200 quid cash for it. Great. I have got a bass guitar. I've got an Ibanez bass guitar, so if I ever, you know, fancy playing that, then at least I've got the amp for it. And I use the me70 Boss multi-effects because I think it was the last of the uncomplicated Boss multiple effects. The me80, it just went too digital, programmable sort of type of thing. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But it's just like having 4, 5 pedals on the floor. It's got a preamp section that I basically never use, and it does what it's meant to do. You know, why create hassle? But the freeze pedal is quite interesting. So let me just, if you haven't. So I'm just going to play an A and then and freeze it. You kind of hit the pedal and keep your foot on it as you play the chord, and then it will just hold the chord. Let me show you. So that's just normal. Play the chord. So it just freezes the immediate chord, and then. you can have fun with it. Once you sort of get into the swing of, you know, you can actually get a good rhythm side of things going and playing your lead runs over it, as long as you sort of sink your foot at the right time. It's not like a looping pedal or anything like that. It just freezes that initial note, and then you can do what you want over it. And I just think it's pretty neat. I've got a looper. I mean, the me70's got a little looper on it, but it's not a good looper. It's basically crap for looping. But it has got a good delay section. Got 2 delays on the me70. Got the freeze. It's good modulation. Pretty good metal sort of overdrive and stuff like that. So it is perfectly capable, plenty of chugging, stuff like that. If you can get an me70, get one, they're great. So my advice, with Positive Grid Spark 40, save your money, because they're not portable, you've got to plug it in. A portable amp would run on batteries. So, you know, and the fact that, I mean, yeah, okay, you can program it. You haven't got to take your, you ain't got to take your iPad or phone or whatever with you. You can have, it's got its 4 presets. It's got some bits and pieces on it, but it pants. I actually think there's better out there that do a similar job. The only thing that I had a little bit of fun with on it was on the app. You've got backing tracks that you can play along to, you know, and there'll be like an A minor sort of backing blues, sad blues backing track or something, and you know, it's about 15 minutes long, and you can just practice your scales and stuff over that, which you can do that anyway. There's stuff on YouTube, there's backing tracks all over the place. You don't need to spend the money on that. Spend your money on a Fender Rumble 100 or 200, whatever, okay, and an me70. Done. You've got your sound. That is only my opinion. I'm not the best guitar player in the world, but I've spent a lot of years enjoying playing guitar. So hey, you know, that's just my that's my opinion for what it's worth. Check out my other stuff. A little bit of if you think my guitar playing is bad, check out my piano playing. And also I've got a little dog that sings and says the word sausages, and his favourite word is sausages, so, and that's also his favourite food. So if you check out my channel, you can subscribe, do what you've got to do, and have a look at my dog videos. He's quite funny. It's so funny. He's a lovely little thing. It's totally harmless. It's fine. Meanwhile, stay safe, take care, subscribe, you know, whatever. Catch up soon. Take it easy.